Seraphim had never been this close to humans before. Towering nearly 7 feet tall, her silver-feathered wings folded neatly against her back, she strode into the bustling human outpost with a mixture of fascination and disdain. As a proud member of the Valtherus race, beings engineered for precision, grace, and emotional restraint, she found the humans' chaotic energy almost unbearable. And yet, her mission was clear: observe, learn, and report. The Council of Ascendants had decreed that humanity's recent scientific advancements warranted direct study. Seraphim was chosen because of her flawless record, a model of discipline and self-control. She was not prepared for what she found. The human base, called Fort Aegis, sprawled like a living organism under the twilight sky of Arcadia 4. Soldiers jogged along rusted metal pathways, technicians shouted across hangars, and the scent of burning fuel, sweat, and something sweet, almost intoxicating, filled the air. Seraphim wrinkled her nose but pressed forward. Blend in. Observe. Do not interfere. Her partner on this mission, Lieutenant Harris, a dark-haired, easygoing human with a constant smirk, was already waiting for her outside the central lab. Seraphim, he drawled, waving lazily. Come on, let's get you inside. It's a madhouse today. Inside the lab, chaos reigned. Bottles, vials, and tech components were strewn across every surface. Harris deftly navigated through the clutter and handed her a small vial filled with a shimmering blue liquid. Here, hydration serum. It'll help you adapt to the base atmosphere, he said off-handedly before grabbing a clipboard. Without a second thought, and trusting the human's expertise, Seraphim tilted the vial back and swallowed it in one smooth motion. The effects were immediate. The world lurched, colors brightening to an almost painful intensity. Her blood roared in her ears. A heat, unlike anything she had ever known, flooded her body, from her fingertips to the tips of her wings, and most devastatingly to the core of her being. Her knees buckled. She caught herself on a table, gasping. Whoa, are you okay? Harris asked, alarmed. Seraphim tried to speak, but her mouth felt impossibly dry. Her wings flared wide, knocking over several stacks of equipment. A low, throaty sound escaped her lips, a sound she didn't recognize as her own. What is this? She managed to rasp. Harris's face went pale as he glanced at the now empty vial. He snatched up the label and cursed loudly. Oh no. *T. That wasn't hydration serum. That was. He didn't need to finish. Seraphim's entire body trembled as waves of overwhelming, primal desire racked her frame. She struggled against it, willing her superior Valtherus biology to resist, but it was no use. What did you give me? She hissed, her voice quivering with restrained fury. Harris ran a hand through his hair. It's a classified military enhancement serum. Version 3. Supposed to boost aggression and, primal instincts for close-quarters combat. Enhances strength, reflexes, stamina, by basically supercharging natural urges, including, mating drive. Seraphim's silver eyes widened with horror. You gave me a mating stimulant. Not on purpose, Harris said defensively, backing away. She surged forward instinctively, predatory hunger blazing in her eyes. Every muscle in her body screamed at her to take what she wanted, to claim. She fought it with every ounce of her legendary discipline, but it was like trying to dam a river with bare hands. Help me, she snarled, voice breaking. Right, but okay, we need to get you isolated before. A metallic crash interrupted him as Seraphim lunged for the doorway, her senses haywire. She barely restrained herself from pinning the nearest soldier to the floor. Her mind was a battlefield of reason and rampant, throbbing need. Harris grabbed her arm, an act of pure bravery or stupidity, and Seraphim almost growled at the contact. Come on, storage room, he barked, dragging her into a side chamber and locking the door behind them. The storage room was dim, lined with metal shelves packed with spare equipment. Seraphim backed into a corner, wings half flared, breathing heavily. I need restraints, she said through gritted teeth. Before I lose control. Harris hesitated, visibly torn. You're, pretty strong now. I'm not sure restraints will. Do it, she snapped. He fumbled around and produced several heavy-duty magnetic cuffs. Carefully, he approached, his every movement cautious, like a man facing a cornered predator. Seraphim, he said softly, I'm going to put these on your wrists and ankles. You have to stay calm, okay? She gave a short, jerky nod. The first cuff clicked around her wrist. Her body jerked reflexively toward him, but she grit her teeth and willed herself still. Second cuff. Third. Fourth. With a relieved exhale, Harris stepped back. Seraphim sagged against the wall, finally contained, but still burning. I can feel everything, she whispered, shuddering. Every sound, every movement, every heartbeat. Harris swallowed visibly. There was a long, painful silence. Finally he said, We need to get the antidote. It's in the medbay, but it's 2 sectors away. I will last. Maybe an hour, she said, voice ragged. No longer. Okay, babe. I'll get it. Just stay here. Don't break those cuffs. Seraphim gave a tight nod, wings drooping. Harris slipped out the door, leaving her alone with the monstrous need tearing through her body. 30 minutes later, Seraphim was losing the battle. Sweat poured down her body. Her mind swam in fevered images, Harris's hands, his scent, his pulse at his throat. Her body writhed helplessly against the cuffs, desperate for physical contact. The door burst open. Harris skidded in, clutching a syringe. Got it, he said triumphantly. He knelt beside her, but the proximity was too much. Seraphim's hand snapped free, the enhanced strength shattering the restraints like brittle ice. Whoa! Harris yelped, trying to dodge, but she moved impossibly fast, pinning him to the floor beneath her. Her silver hair tumbled down like a waterfall, her eyes molten silver pools of hunger. Seraphim, listen to me, he said quickly, heart hammering against her chest. Her hands, shaking, cradled his face. She was trembling with restraint, with longing, with the feral need clawing at her mind. Inject it, she whispered. Harris, trembling slightly himself, raised the syringe to her neck. With a soft hiss, he plunged it in. For a moment nothing happened. Then Seraphim convulsed, wings flaring wide as the antidote surged through her veins. Her body shook violently before collapsing against him, shuddering. Her breathing slowed. The madness receded, inch by painful inch. Slowly, trembling, she pushed herself off him. Silence stretched between them. She gasped. I apologize. I almost. You didn't, Harris said quietly. You fought it. Even drugged out of your mind. You still fought it. She stared at him, vulnerable in a way she had never been before. No Valtherus would have resisted so long, she admitted bitterly. They will declare me compromised. Harris sat up slowly, rubbing his shoulder where she had pinned him.